Well, g'day everyone. John Bucket Work is back here again, and today we're going through the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. You know what? There's no intro I can give this game that will give it any justice, so let's just get straight into it.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Well, it's time to start our little journey. Just have a little nosy around.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
The blinding void. Very nice. Nothing outside. Just novelty mugs. I can't read what that computer says. Oh well. Let's do what the voice says for the moment. We're just simply going through. Place is an absolute mess though. Bloody hell. There. The carpet's filthy. God damn it, janitor needs to get
When
fired.
Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Oh, did I? I think I did. Let's go.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Yes, this is very important. Very important. Wait, where's the projector on this? Oh, up there. Okay, what's here? Stock market is somewhere in there. Colored in segment. Stripes, that's the most important part. What is hot? Profits, profits, profits. Graphs about things and money. We have our new product. Okay, let's just continue on. Room closet. Can we... We've got ourselves...
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Well, it's pretty damn important if it has its own closet. Oh well. We can't really touch anything else.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet.
Alright.
No reason to still be here.
No need for the sass, let's go.
Coming to
go
a staircase,
downstairs.
Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Oh. Now mate, sorry, already made my choice. What in the world is the ominous red light for? And again, I can't see that note. Ooh. Zoom in. I can't see what that name is. What's that drawing? Is that an owl riding a bike or something? I've got no clue. There's cactuses on it though. Cool.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He
Coffee
might be
stains.
fired for that.
Yeah.
And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment
I've
for
seen this
no
guy
reason at
before.
all. None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For
We
example,
just fucking came through
why
here.
couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors
true.
close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that?
No.
This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment and my wife and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
God damn it, I'm still in the room.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black. This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy, this much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Well, ain't that terrifying? Here's to hoping that it doesn't end up that terrible again. Round 2.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Nope, I don't trust you. I do not trust you anymore. Let's go.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
You damn right.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
No, not admiring it.
Yes,
Not admiring
truly
it.
a room
Looking
worth
away.
admiring.
Looking away.
It had really been, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Really? Ooh, windows. What's out here?
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Ooh, warehouse. And I see that the blinding void is still outside. Very good, very good. Everything's normal. Around here. What if I go over here?
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Oh, hell yeah. There we go. So, that wasn't exactly the best option.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, so maybe not go that crazy.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
No.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Fine,
Wow.
let's actually see how good this is.
This room. What a beautiful room. What a gorgeous, gorgeous room. Thank goodness Stanley had taken this detour on his way to the meeting room. Life without having
What's in that
experienced this
folder?
room
Doesn't look like
was
it's
now
anything.
too horrible even to consider.
Oh. Not.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these
Fifth
chairs and
annual
some paintings.
Sub
Really worth it.
Upcoming meeting of Internal Revenue Analysis of Committees of the Royal Revenue Discussions Club.
At this point, Stanley's obsession
God
with this
damn.
room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that
Recommendations
this
from
is
the
why
Oversight
everyone left.
Committee. Can't read any of these. Oh well. Yeah, mate. Stop your
Stanley,
whining.
but at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
If you want me to.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Yeah. Okay, fine. I'll do it. Let's go. Every time I've died, it's because I've stopped listening to you.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Ooh. Oh, wait, what's here? Help, I'm a post-it. Damn, bro. Let's go. Oh,
Coming
let's go
to a
to our boss's
staircase,
room.
Stanley walked upstairs to
Another
his
void?
boss's office.
Is that the boss room? Nope. Very top. Damn. This place is big enough to be a bloody hotel room. God damn. Panda. Business strategy. He's got a gun to the panda's head. Are we gonna kill the World Wildlife Foundation? That would help profits. Can I hit one of these? Yay. Ooh. Are these papers glowing? I think they're glowing. Okay. Let's head up in the world. Come on. Hell yeah, some absolute bangers right here. Still, oh, that's the Oversight Committee, and what's that one? Short something. Okay. Hey. Come on. How long? There we are. This is just the same room. What's that? I am the most expensive boss. Okay.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him.
Oh, no.
And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Is there a way we can actually leave the room apart from just putting in the number? Actually, can I just leave? Well, come on. If I don't know that the code is... I have a terrible memory. What the hell
Stanley
was
just
it?
sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
2845. What if I went 5482?
2845.
Yeah. Yeah. Come on, mate. You don't have anything else to say about this?
Forgot, but it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in, and the door just opened all by itself. And
See?
Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
See, work smarter, not harder. Wait. Can I get that now? So 2... 7... It was 2845, wasn't it? Oh. Who cares? I can't do that. Oh. That's the door. Can I still not get through here? Damn it. Oh well. What have you got for me in here? There's an elevator over there. Or pitch blackness over here. Okay, what's down the elevator? Whoop. It's a load screen. God damn.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Hello?
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
I could, or I could simply leave. Escape. Let's do it.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Come on, mate. It says escape right there. It wouldn't lie to you. It's illegal to lie. Who would ever lie on a sign?
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Or I could keep
At
going
this
this
point,
way.
Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Oh hell yeah, I'm gonna kick death in the ass. No one told me death had mood lighting. Hello? See? You're a liar. I survived that. Oh. Wait. At least
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss,
Can I get
like
out here?
plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted
get
this
out of this?
violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Oh god, no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Hey!
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Whee! Oh, there's a path down here. I'm guessing it's not this way? No.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
Ooh. Okay, now everything's just the void. Apart from...
When every
this.
path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Well, I have died the previous 2 times. Oh, even got all of the computers here. Oh, and all the credits. Okay. So this is just a nice little museum showing off all the assets, I'm guessing. I'm guessing some of that stuff's spoilers. We designed an ending where Stanley would end up on a battlefield fighting aliens. You? I guess I may as well. Okay, I do kind of want to come back here after the end of the... Well, after I am just done with the game and... Oh. This is actually really cool. Yeah, I don't want to spoil myself on any more endings, so... Where's the exit?
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
Wait, what? Can I just turn the whole thing off? What's this actually gonna do?
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me.
Oh, no,
You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you.
Okay, I will resume, because we've only been streaming for like, what, 25 minutes? Yeah, let's keep it going.
Don't let...
Hello? Oh, hey, cool. Ah. So yeah, that was a
All of
pretty
his
wild
co-workers
trip.
were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
And... new content?
Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
I don't know. Let's see what's over this way. So this is all the Ultra Deluxe stuff that they put in.
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers. After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over.
Yeah, I'm
Please,
pretty happy with
step
it.
inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
So am I, but I also see that it continues over that way. Come on, close it back up. I want to keep going on the rail. Come on, I don't want that boring ass door. Give me that one. You're not gonna say anything? No. Oh well. Ooh, more papers. Fifth annual, the same one, and tiny stuff I can't read. Oh well.
Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure. Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or... Oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it. I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
Yeah. Oh.
All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
Yeah. Wait, we can actually jump now. Cool. I'm very disappointed that they put in a jump circle, but set it to A. They should have set it to the jump circle. Oh well. Yeah. What? Oh, we don't have any jumps left. Okay. Oh, narrator. You gotta give me something. You're not gonna call me an idiot for doing that?
Is that it?
Oh.
Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right? Goodness. Another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, Initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could count to 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh wait, there's more. Very good. Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
Thank you for enjoying.
That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable. It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always. What do you say, friend?
Oh, you don't even give me the choice this time. Disappointing. And okay, shit's getting creepy. Oh, creepier.
Psst, Stanley, come over here. In the vent. I want to show you something.
Okay. I really want to go up that staircase, but let me just take a quick peek. Oh, no, nothing. Cool. Going this way. What have you got? Here. Ooh, the void is back. Ooh. Took a bit of a fall there, but everything should be fine. Oh. Honestly, not that far.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be?
More
Well, it got me
blinding void.
thinking about the past and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look.
Oh.
I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC.
This is all pretty cool. Okay, let's just get a move on.
You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013, when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
Oh, this is all gonna come crashing down soon, isn't it? Okay. Go outside achievement. Yeah, they got a bunch of award nominations. We literally just got that ending. Very, very good. Ooh, let's go over here. Take it. Nope. The world's toughest flowers are preventing us from taking a seat.
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote,
Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created. Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim, it was Persona 3, it was all of them, and now it's nothing.
Hell yeah, Persona
It's
3
no games
shout
at
out.
all.
Let's fucking go.
It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
The original remake, or what's down here? Can we can't get into the maintenance zone. Knowing your city before you can possibly know where to begin your new street. I can't read the rest of that. God damn it. Ooh. Happy button. No, we're not tall enough. We can't get that. Collector's edition. Huh.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. It just needed to be left alone, to spend the rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories.
Can we get through these boxes? Nope. Wonder, is the maintenance store open now?
These were simpler times, Stanley.
Yes, it is.
But I wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again. Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here? Oh no. Oh God, no. Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
Oh. We've got...
Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
Yeah, but mate, we've literally got a positive one right there. Just pull it out. Can't even read it. It's all bloody blurred. Oh well. Hey mate, you gonna end up giving me an umbrella for this? Yeah. Oh, another negative review. Oh, we've got positive one there and negative one
let's
here.
see what this one says.
Okay.
While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can.
Yeah, a little bit.
This is actually quite shocking for me. To be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did, but maybe it wasn't. Oh dear. What an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered.
What's this one?
What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
Oh no, this is gonna be a mess.
And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered. No more listening to me rambling on and on and on. No, 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 no. The Stanley Parable is a game for the people. And if the people want silence, then by goodness, that's what they're going to get.
Your
Well, don't
rambling
sit
is the
around waiting for me to
content.
shut up. Go ahead and make me shut up. Here, we'll pretend that I've just begun an interminable monologue, and it goes something like this. The story and the choices, or what have you, and therefore by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once. So now you see, blah 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 blah. We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet. No, no, until 245. But
What?
the logic of elimination working backwards, the deduction therefore becomes impossible to manufacture. It went on
I'm
for
following.
nearly 10,000 years, until just yesterday, here and there, forward and back, and never a moment before lunchtime. It can't be. It's the only thing there is. How many billions left until so much more than forever ago? Which is why I say, the story and the choices, or what have you, and
so now
therefore
it's
by
just
becoming it
looping.
is, so on and so forth, until inevitably
Okay, yeah, I'm fine
we
to skip
all
it now.
until the end of.
Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in video games. Of course, I happen to believe it was perhaps one of my more profound such ruminations. Not that, of course, you need a description of it, but if I had to describe it, I'd say it was perhaps less of
Oh,
a
now I
rumination
get
and
it.
more of a treatise. Or maybe a manifesto. Look, I'll outline it for you very briefly, and you can tell me what you think.
Okay, I'll listen
so
to your
my
outline.
theory is that any choice you've ever made is simply a series of choices made by the person who you are, or were, or will be at the time of having made said choice. That is to say, if by articulating a choice you've already made, you bring that choice into being, then by making no choice and saying nothing, are you not simply erecting in the sanctuary of time a monument to every person you've ever been, making every choice to which you've ever given your great gift of mortal and yet timeless thought? Or rather, do all of the choices you've ever made, in fact, make you more not this kind of person, and in fact do the very opposite? You see,
What?
it could in fact be both of these things at once. That you are both making choices and not making choices, and that they are both affecting you and not affecting you at the same time by virtue of the fact that you both are and are not making them.
Okay.
At first, I was leaning towards manifesto, but now I'm going to circle around and slap the treatise label on this one. I think it has much more of a treatise vibe to it. But wouldn't you say that
I'll just
manifesto just
let
has a
him
much
go.
grander sort of tone? It has a mouthfeel that is rich with ambition and history. Ambitious history, if you will.
Well, if I can use the word mouthfeel, let's get
See,
rid of
now
him.
you've got me. Well, there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go poof, and it's all over. Oh, I can't wait to see what Cookie 9 will say about this, and whether they'll edit the rating of their Steam review, or at least change some of the wording, perhaps. To be honest, I don't even know if one can change their review in the first place. I guess I should become better educated on exactly how Steam works. Perhaps that would have been the smart thing to check on before I went about this whole exercise of making the skip button. Although
Oh,
I have
just
to
let me
imagine
out.
that after seeing this
Let me out,
exciting
let me
new
out, let me
technology
out.
at work, surely whoever it is runs Steam will instantly run out and implement a new feature to make it possible to edit one's review, merely
No.
because of... Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now,
No.
I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes?
No.
Stanley! Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours.
Where did the
You've
door
just
go?
been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer, and my God, there's no way out of the room. Stanley, the door is gone. It's completely gone. I've looked at it from every angle. I've checked every one of those walls 1,000 times, and there's no door, Stanley. There's no door. There's just you and the button.
Were these
and
lights
if you
always
keep
dying?
pressing it, I have no idea what will happen. I have no idea how long I'll be made to sit here, and more than anything else, I don't know how to stop you from pressing the button again. I can't
I'm not gonna
control
press it.
anything in this room, Stanley. I can't touch it, and I have to believe, I have to know that sooner or later, no matter how much I plead with you, you're going to press the button again. Why would you? I've been thinking, and I don't know what I can do to convince you otherwise. Oh my God. And it's all because of those reviews. Those reviews that I couldn't get out of my head. I just couldn't ignore the negative feedback. Why was it so important for me to fix the problem? Why did Cookie Nine's opinion matter so much to me? I've never even met Cookie Nine. I have no idea who they are. What would it ever really matter? But here I am. I'm fixating on every tiny negative thing that anyone ever says about me. The merest mention of one of my imperfections, and I become as impetulant as a child, wild and impulsive. I can't help myself. I can't stop myself from lashing out with a vengeful fury to alter and to change and to break anything unbroken, if only it pleases this one person who made a single negative comment. What does such an impulse serve? For whose benefit is this? And here I am now, stuck in a room, waiting for you to press this button, and to become frozen in time, knowing that you're going to do it, and that I'm going to be stuck all alone.
Well,
and that
tell me how I can get out of here.
All from happening.
And
if
I wouldn't have
only
to do
I'd
it.
held my tongue. It's all out of my control now. Just you. Just your decision as to exactly when you're going to make me suffer, to leave me all alone. Surely you will. I don't doubt it. Surely you'll press that button again, leaving me here. And
Yeah.
surely you'll put your own desire to see what's next ahead of my need for company, for companionship. Surely you'll not be moved by my howls of fitful anxiety.
You're not
but you
really
sit
giving
with
me
and
anything
just
to do
stay.
here.
Oh, no. I know you too well. You'll be leaving me. Oh, my God. And it's all because of those reviews. Those reviews that I couldn't get out of my head. I just couldn't ignore the negative feedback. Why was it so important for me to fix the problem? Why did Cookie Nine's
God damn it,
opinion
and
matter
it's
so
looping
much to
again.
me? I've never even met Cookie Nine. Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, the
I have
lights are
someone
going
to
out.
talk to again. Stanley, I
Oh, the tree
think
died.
it's been a week. Or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that time. Just sitting here. Not a single person to speak with. And you'd think that that's just how it's always been, right? Me talking and you saying nothing. Would you think that...
No. We're done with this.
Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time. I stopped keeping track after a year. Have you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year?
Nope.
Let me describe it for you. To begin with, there is only regret. There is only the turning wheel of missed opportunities. I felt nothing at all but regret for the longest time, Stanley.
We'll regret
Days,
this.
months.
Hey. Don't want to say anything? Who knows? Are you giving me the silent treatment, or did you finally move on? One of the two. Yeah, well. What the hell is that noise? Oh god, that is terrible. Let's just walk away. Things back on. Let's go. Anyway, that's not here.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes?
He's
They bemoaned,
back.
they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs-down review and make all of their pitiful demands. But then, he's talking too much, they said. First, he didn't entertain us, now he won't shut up. It's the inconsistency, it's the lack of accountability, it's the unwillingness to examine with an uncompromising heart the words that they are speaking into the world. As though there were no consequences for a lack of cohesion in one's assessment of others. But of course, absolutely anyone can leave a review. So here's what we get. We get these demands that seek everything and are accountable to nothing. We get a world where someone will say, oh, there should be a skip button. You should be able to freeze Stanley in place while the narrator sits there forever and ever. We want all of this in the new Stanley Parable. We demand it. And then, because it was said, because it was spoken, now it simply has to happen. The most immediate desires, every single thing demanded by every person at every moment in time. If someone wants it, then it's a crime not to bring it into being. Have we been given to indulging every fleeting whim for no—
Okay, we've given him a bit of time. Maybe he's calmed down now? Maybe there's a door back here? Maybe there's something? Anything? Guess not. Oh, the clock fell down. What time was it? Yes. So it's about like 5 to 1. Okay. Wait, what numbers? 10, 11, 1. Okay. Keep that in mind. It's probably random bullshit.
Is never the end, 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 is never the end.
Yeah, okay, this dude lasted longer than I did.
Is never the
Cool. Just check. Behind here, it's raining. Oh no, we're gonna get flooded in, aren't we? Well, I don't have to deal with it. Ooh. We didn't get flooded. It looks like the pipes broke. Bit of the everything collapsed. Hey, mate, can you, move the button out from underneath this? Yeah, this seems like it'll be a bit of a mess if it falls on me. Yeah. Nope, I couldn't move fast enough. Oh. The blinding void, it's back. Okay. Knock that over. It hasn't gotten any worse since last time, so that's a good thing. Ooh, some vegetation. Actually, has more dirt been coming down, or was that just what little was here? Well, there's a world outside of this, that's good to know. Well, it's night. It's not nighttime. Everything died. Okay, let's skip the apocalypse. Nope. Okay, we're tilted. And we're free. Yeah. It's also a barren wasteland, but you know what, since we've got an exit, does the button still work? No, you can't skip any more. That sucks. Was kinda hoping for a better bowling. What's the roof like here? Has it been covered in? Let me just try and take a look. What the hell is that? Was that just the corner, or What in the hell? No, it's just been caved in by sand. What just happened? Ooh.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
What the hell? New content. Okay. My mind is absolutely falling
you
apart.
noticed my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
Okay. I think my mind has been broken at this point. I have no clue what to expect. Oh god. What's waiting for me? The new content? You've got something better this time?
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
Oh.
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
Ooh. Are the papers also sequel? Yep. Number 2.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
Ooh. Which logo's the best? I think slide 6 is the best one. We need to have this as our game logo.
Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
So, what are these
Here we
features?
are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
Let's go for the reassurance bucket. Wait, first the merch. Now we'll go check out the bucket.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I'm happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And
But
if
I
it
don't have the
is,
bucket.
It's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution.
Well,
Come on,
give it to me.
give it a try.
Ooh. Thank you very much.
Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body.
Well, it
And
is
in
a very
fact,
nice bucket.
Can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person. The benefits of the bucket seem to go on, don't they? All this and more awaits you in the Stanley Parable 2.
Okay, want me to just put it back, or... I guess I can't. Doesn't matter. Door's open, and I get to bring the bucket with me. Nice little souvenir.
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't already.
No screenshots. Oh, this isn't a screenshot, technically.
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with?
Yeah, well, someday it's pretty good, but no. Happy 12th birthday, Stepneys. Make it one of those bloody long, overly specific, bloody auto-generated Facebook shirts.
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Get Well Someday it is.
Well, you're definitely taking that whole passive-aggressive thing to heart. Oh, well.
Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision, we're moving on.
New and easy achievement or collectibles. Wait, where was the other things? Oh, this is an entirely different section. Let me go back here. The button that says the name of the player that's playing the game. Okay.
For the
Let's see.
Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful?
What's my name?
Jim.
Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim.
G'day, I'm Jim.
I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim, sleeping and waking as Jim, falling in love and being heartbroken.
Okay.
Whoa, hold on. I wasn't finished setting up the backstory.
Don't
If
need
you don't
backstory.
properly
I'm
roleplay
Jim.
as Jim, then you'll never understand the impact of this button. Otherwise, it's just a stupid button that says somebody else's name. Okay, we're doing it again, and this time let me finish first.
Don't have to. I have the bucket. The bucket gives me power.
Allow yourself to become Jim.
Eh.
All right, fine, whatever. It's just a meaningless button that says Jim. Are you happy now? Get out of here.
Yes.
I'm done with this button. Why don't you go humiliate me in front of a different feature that I worked very hard on?
Yeah, that feature's pretty shit compared to the bucket. The bucket is absolutely amazing.
Maybe I'll only let people named Jim play the Stanley Parable 2. They would appreciate. An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, it will go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
Okay. So we've got collectibles, achievements, the infinite hole, settings world champion. That sounds a little bit interesting. Hey, are you not gonna show this one off? Okay, not yet at least. Well, we may as well get an achievement here, prove that we're real gamers. Pull the lever, receive your achievement, no more steps. It just works.
Now here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes, you see, Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature.
Okay.
Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
But what if I pull it again? And again? Come on. It's gonna work eventually. Come on, I've got the bucket. It's got to work eventually. I would be really reassured if I get the achievement. Now, anything else over here I can interact with? Doesn't seem like it. Is this a door? No, not a real door. Or that one. Ooh, guess we'll check out the collectibles next. Where were they? They were just over
What else?
this way.
What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
Here we go. Okay, we've got the sun.
Collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for
Wait,
collecting
I
all
can't
of them.
leave.
I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
Okay then. We couldn't leave. Everything just sort of darkened out. This is disturbing. But I got the bucket, so it's perfectly fine. And that's what Stanley looks like. He looks like the guy from Ratatouille, if I gotta be honest. That's bloody surprising. Okay.
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
We've actually got the exit right there. Well, we've got the infinite hole, or we've got the exit. And honestly, I've already got the bucket, so I've basically seen everything I need. You don't want to push me back in
All right.
yet?
Have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now?
Probably. There's nothing else you want to show? Anything particularly special, or... No. Just an empty room.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features?
No.
Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay. Are you ready? Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
We just need
Well,
another angle.
I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2.
It's better.
Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game.
Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2." Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Well, let's see this, mate. I'm... Okay. Got the red mood lighting back. Oh. Not wowing me. Alright, but hey, first try. Hopefully you can do another draft. Make it a little bit better.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.